and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Happy New Year 2021, and thank you so much, of course, for watching my videos. If you've not yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification button so that every single time we upload something, you will be the first to watch. Well, today we are doing the script story with Quin Viola, season 1, episode 6, and we are sharing it with a comedian. And wow, should we say hello, hi,
hello.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year.
How are you? How have you been doing? You've been having a lot of gigs this festive season.
Okay. Yeah, we've been having a lot of gigs. I performed in a lot of shows. You know, every December is always a busy month for us comedians. I don't know about the rest of the entertainers, but comedians especially, there are a lot of events and we perform a lot.
Okay, so he is called Wokil, and well, who is Wokil?
Wokil is a stand-up comedian based in Juba here, who was once a child soldier, and I'm proud of that. And that's why the people gave me the name Jesh Commando, because I always talk about soldiers, and I always use those stories that I got during the Bara days and all this stuff, turn them into comedy. You know, it's a way of healing yourself.
What year was that?
That was 10 years back. That was 14 years back. That was 2006 to 2007, and then I came to Juba in 2008. That was like 2 years, like 2 years in the back.
How old were you by then? Okay, this just got me by surprise though. Like,
Yeah.
so, how old were you by then?
Well, I was 13 by then. 13, 2 years, and then I met 15. That's when I came.
So are you always comfortable talking about that life, or that is one thing you don't always talk about? Because I would love to ask you, like, how was life like there as you were like so young, 13 years old? That was like really young.
That it depends on the questions that you'll be asking.
So how was life like then?
It was good. It wasn't that good, but you know, it is something that has gone. There's nothing you can do about it. Nothing you can change about it. You know, it was so harsh and it was so. I don't know how to say it.
So if I was to ask you, like, how did you end up there? Will I get an answer? Will I get an answer for that?
Yeah.
Okay, then how did you end up there? Like, you were still very young, 13 years old. I think you should be having a lot of things you're supposed to be doing at 13.
Well, we were in Khartoum, and that was when John died. And a few months later, we got an information that people are going back to Cuba, and people are going to be given houses, people are going to be given money. People like the government is telling people to come back to the country, and people are going to be given a lot of things. Others are going to be given ranks in the army, you know, this stuff. So me and my mom and plus my dad, we packed ourselves coming back to South Sudan. We're coming back to get rich actually. We sold everything. And we're coming back to South Sudan after some long time. You know, I grew up in Khartoum when I was still young. So when we reached Awil, the journey was too tough. We came by land. They said people should come by land because we were very many and all this stuff. The journey was too tough, and when we reached Awil, that's when they told us, okay, for you guys to receive whatever that was promised to you, for you guys to get the ranks that were promised to you, people need to first do some training for some few months, and then you come to Juba. So I was young by then. My dad got training, and then they rushed them away. They told them, okay, there's a war going on, so these guys are going to help, and we'll come back. They will come back. So they were taken, and then they spent like a year there. So me and my mom was also, she joined the army. And I was 13 years old. So one time they told us that my mom was then, she was, my little sister was 2 years small, so she couldn't continue with us. So we were told, you know, for you guys to receive whatever that was being given to you every day, some of your kids that can do training should join. Or otherwise, people will pack out of here. And you know, things were tough by then. It was back then when the country was not yet stable and all that. So I joined. It wasn't willingly, but you had to do it for the family. You know, I joined, and I was trained for some months. almost a year. And after that year, we were transferred somewhere to Mapel. I also did the training there and all that stuff. And you know, being a little boy in a training field with soldiers and the things that they tell you to do and all this stuff, you know, it was so tough. And then from there, we had that there were cars coming to Juba, so I escaped. I came to Juba. We met with my mom and I went back to school. That was the life. And when I joined the community industry, I was using those stories that used to happen to us during the Bara time, how the soldiers behave, how they talk to each other, and how they use the talimat thing, the ranking, and all this stuff. So I create jokes out of those things.
So wait, are you telling me that your mom came to Juba before you, so they left you there?
We were transferred to Mapel. And then those of my mom were still in Wokil. And from there, she came to Juba, and she had that I came to Juba.
Ah, okay, wow. That was surprising and you say nice one. So, how many are you? Now that you talked of a sister and you were 13 and then you had to join the army, how many are you?
We are around 6 in the family. Some of my siblings were in South Sudan and also in Khartoum.
Okay. So, well, how old are you now? I want to reflect back to the 13 years old and then I see you, maybe when did you join comedy? But for now, I want to know how old you are.
You know, with us men, we don't reduce our age.
They do. Apparently, with our men who are saying they are 26 when they're actually 30 or
I
something.
am 27.
I don't believe that. Okay, so when did you join the comedy industry?
Officially, well, back then at school I used to do comedy in assemblies every morning sometimes. But officially I joined in 2013. I started the stand-up comedy in 2013 with the known organization now as Kilikilano Comedy Extra. I joined with them. They saw my clips on SSBC and then they approached me and be like, we saw your videos and we would like you to come and join us. Kilikilano, so you're doing great. You might end up making money with jokes instead of them just being played on TV. So I joined and my first performance was good. They encouraged me. They told me you need to be coming. A few months later, I won the best comedian of the year. From the guys who were there for so long. And the fans were so supportive. People were supporting a lot. Every time I come up on stage, they'll be like, "Yes, Commando, yes, Commando." So I say, instead of just being Wokil, let it be Wokil, yes, Commando. Yeah, since they like that part of the yes, Commando part.
Okay, so you said you started this sometimes when you were in school. You used to go on stage, assembly, and then you do comedy. Who inspired you to do comedy? Because with your background now, I feel like that was a tough ground to at least grow up in, and then now you really did very good.
Well, I believe comedy sometimes it's something that is born with people. You know, when I was young, it didn't even start only at school. When I was young, in the family, and I used to always talk a lot, and my mom used to tell me, "You're very funny." One time they laugh and they tell me, "You're very funny. You should be an actor." Those days. So when I joined the school, I used to be sometimes I was the class monitor. So sometimes when the teacher is not there, I'm talking to the class, making them laugh and all this. So one time there was this teacher. He actually came in and I didn't see him. So I was just making my fun and all this. And people were not so attentive to me now. So I looked around. What is happening? Then I saw that teacher. Then the teacher told me, you're doing great. What about we host you at the assembly next Monday? We host some of those things. That's when I started doing them in the assembly.
That was
the first one. Very happy. They told me, yeah, you could continue. Every Monday you give some 2-3 jokes, and we go to classes. So that's how I continue.
Oh, okay. So that's a nice one. And you do jokes. Sometimes it's for children, sometimes it's for youths, and then sometimes also you do affect the army. Like, have you never ever faced a problem with that?
Yeah, sometimes. But that it's not how do you say? It's not something that is how do I put this? It's not a problem that actually, it was like an individual problem. Like someone just came out of nowhere and be like, no, you're insulting us, the soldiers. You know, something like this must happen. And then he tried to arrest me. Luckily, some of my friends showed up and they were like, hey, what's going on? I told them, this guy said I'm insulting the soldiers. But so far, soldiers are even so happy with me.
Yeah, I can imagine. There was even sometime you were doing it at Big Farm. I was like, wait, what?
The former Minister of Defense attended my show 3 or 4 times. A lot of big people, even the current Minister of Defense attended my shows, and a lot of generals and all this stuff, and they were very happy with what I do. Because it is actually not insulting. It's actually expressing their way of life. And if there are bad things that some of them will do, we also bring them out in form of advices.
Okay, so I've attended a couple of your shows, and it's more like you speak in Arabic. What if you are invited for maybe people speaking English? Do you also do the same jokes about the army, or you switch already to different things?
A joke is a joke, no matter what language you put it in. As long as you can express it, that how you say it. As long as you can maintain the body languages, the face reaction and all this. But I usually do my jokes in Arabic because of the audience. Most of the people living in Juba here are Juba Arabic speakers. And then imagine if they take me to Guri and then I start doing jokes in English. No one will laugh. So most of the shows where I go to are always attended by people who are Arabic speakers. But sometimes I also get invited into programs that have English speakers, a lot like NGOs, end of year program, workshops.
You should be getting a lot of money.
So sometimes I change these jokes into English. Yeah. And some of them work out. Most of them work out.
Okay, that's a nice one. Well, let's get for a break and we'll come back. We'll still be chatting with Wokil, just Commando. Hello and welcome back. Well, we are still with Wokil, just Commando, or you can call him Wokil. Which one would you want to go with, by the way? Most times, which one do you want to go with? Wokil? Wokil, just Commando. Well, so how has it been like being in the comedy industry right here in South Sudan? Because I feel like there are specific people who feel like comedy just cannot do for me. How has it been like?
It was tough at the beginning. Whereby people confront you and be like, you were talking about our tribe, what do we do and all that. But right now people have understood comedy, they actually love it. Nowadays we get invited into a lot of events and they tell you, the other job you did last time, I want to hear it this time. It is going on well now. Hopefully it will become better by time.
Okay, so are you strictly a stand-up comedian?
I was an actor before joining the stand-up comedy industry. So I'm doing both right now. And I'm also doing the third career, which is also singing.
How many songs do you have?
There are very many.
I've heard of only one, that was Sekeran. And that time when it came out, we criticized it. Like me personally, I criticized it. I was like, why would you want to go to sing when you can do comedy better than any other thing?
Well, if the talent for music is there, you don't need to keep it. You don't need to hide it. Give it out. There are a lot of people who like the song Chakaran.
Me too, I think.
You don't need to keep that for yourself alone. Give it out for them. Let them hear it. Even you, if you have the comedy talent, you can also do jokes. You never know.
So it's 2021. What should your fans expect?
Well, you should expect a lot of things. They should expect Wokil going to another level. Expect hit jokes. I will make them laugh out their lungs until they leave their seats and first sit down to laugh a bit. You should expect good things. Yeah,
okay.
2021 is a year of hard work. I'm going to work hard to make sure that proceed to another level.
So are you saying 2021 is my year?
You never know. Last year people said 2020 is my year, then Corona came and showed them what. So
but at least you've been getting money. However much Corona was there. Last year was a really good year for you because I've seen you performing in so many places. Okay, so what are your last words to the comedians and maybe the industry itself?
I always say this at the end of every interview, to all the comedians or musicians in South Sudan, we need to work together. Our industry is still small. We don't have to hate each other when we are still not yet even in East Africa. When we have not even reached in competing in East Africa. Let's work together to make sure that our music reaches the world, to make sure that we are heard and known, that they are Wokil and Filan in South Sudan, and they are musicians like Filan in South Sudan. We should work hard for them.
Okay. All right, then thank you so much for honoring our invitation, and hoping you also subscribe, plus your fans. And yeah, thanks so much. See you anytime soon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. And if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, make sure you do that. It's 2021. Let's make this big. Thank you for watching and love.